Yo guys, welcome back to Yoonis Plus. Today we are ranking our Bayern Munich players so far this season. Who do we think is world class? Who do we think is a soon come player, which means a almost a world class player? Who is doing his job and who is just fries. And we're gonna do it by just using a tier list. The only reason I'm doing this, first of all, is because I have the energy to do this. Luckily, we love you doing YouTube again, especially on the football channel. So we're gonna be super consistent on the football channel. We've been consistent on the main one, but not that much on the football one. So we're gonna, upload more. I think I will be uploading like 4 times a week here. And yeah, I got a lot of content moving forward. So yeah, let's get into it. I got inspired by one of these, but I don't even know what it was. Some English dons doing some, is the player world class or not? So I disagreed with them to some extent, so I want to do it on my own terms. So let's get into it. To start off, we got Alphonso Davies. I think there was a point in time where I genuinely believed he was the best left back, and that was in 2020 and 2021, and even going into the 2022 season, I really believed he was world class. But lately, the last couple of seasons, he kind of fell off, and then after that, he had the ACL injury. So I don't really know if he can be world class again. And now he's out with his hamstring injury. I really believe he can be. But right now, as if today, I would just put him on soon come. Because I really believe in him. And I love the guy. Next up is Pavlovic. He is also another player that I really enjoy watching. He can play the 8, he can play the number 6, and he's a very great midfielder. I mean, he's one of the best players we have in the squad. More specifically, one of the best midfielders we have in the club. And I really think he's a talented player. He will go places in life, and even the way he plays, his hold-up play, his link-up play, his defending, his IQ, his understanding of the game. I think all of those things are very important for a midfielder. And he also has the strength as well now building a muscle. So I think I will put him on soon come. Next we have, I don't even know who that is, man. That's a kid. I feel like I know that kid, but I don't know who that is. So right now I'm going to just put him all the way back and say, you guys let me know who that is. Next up, it is another kid. I think he's something Daniel Santos or something like that, Portuguese, 19-year-old or 17-year-old. He got some talent. He's a great midfielder from what I've seen, but we haven't really seen enough of him. So I'm going to just put him all the way back. All the kids that has some future. I ain't going to say too much. We have Upamecano next. Dayot. I think his name was Dayot Oswald Upamecano. This one is interesting. I think the last couple of seasons, when he first came to Bayern Munich, he was a world-class player. And then after that, he kind of had a little bit of a spell where he was a little bit off. And then I think it was with Tuchel. And now he's back to his absolute prime. I have never seen a better centre-back in the Bundesliga, better than Upamecano. The way he passes the ball, his IQ, defending-wise, his understanding of the game. All of these things are hands down just one of the best centre-backs in the world. And I'm putting him on world class. We have our first world class player. The next one is Ito. The thing is, I unfortunately have to put him on fries. And the reason I'm doing so is because Ito, he has a lot of injuries. And the thing is, I would really love to put him in world class or soon come or doing his job even. But he's not really doing his job. He has done the same amount of job that I have done for Bayern Munich, which is just watch them. And that's what he is doing. He has been injured ever since he came, and every time he gets better, it feels like a new signing, and then he falls off. And right now, he's trying to get back on his feet. So right now, I would say fries in the bag, but hopefully he proves me wrong and does bits. So yeah, we are putting him there. Next up is Harry Kane. I don't think there's much to say. He's arguably one of the best players around in the world currently. I think you can argue him being number 2. You can argue him being the best player in the world. You can argue him being the 3rd best player in the world. But he is at least top 3, pushing for a Ballon d'Or, has 500 goals, recently just achieved 500 goals. I mean, what can he not do? This is Harry Kane, one of the best strikers. I mean, you can play him on every single position and he will do some sort of a job for you. You could put him on striker, anywhere on the spine except for centre back. I think he could do. You know what? Screw that. Even in centre back, I think he could do a job there. Me personally, I think this guy is a great player. If you look back at my videos, you might see me not being such a big fan of Harry Kane, especially when he came. I was not a big fan of Harry Kane, but I always believed he was a great player. I just never really thought he could rise to the occasion and be a big game player. He could be a great player in every other game except for the big ones. And I feel like I was getting proved right a little bit too much. But this guy exceeds everything I thought of him. And he is one of the best, and it might be the best 100 million spent ever. I can't even think of a player that was spent on 100 million and actually has performed the way he has. So yeah. But moving on, we have I don't remember his name. What was his name again? He's another youngster. All the youngsters, man, I'm putting them just backwards. And we'll see what go on. But next is Kimmich. I genuinely believe Kimmich is world-class player. He can play right back. He can play CDM. And he has played week in, week out for the last couple of years. There was a little bit of a spell, I think in 2022 actually season, where he had this little fall off and people didn't like him. But me personally, I've been loyal with him. I think he has been great every year he's been with us, ever since Pep Guardiola turned him into a CDM. I don't know, man, something clicked and he has been this phenomenal CDM. And me personally, if someone told me who is the best CDMs out there in the world, I would put Kimmich up there. I think Kimmich could be top 5, top 4. There's really hard to argue who is even a better CDM than him. Who is a better 6 than him? Matter of fact, who is a better right back than him? Besides maybe Hakimi. But even Hakimi, you can argue that the defensive role, Kimmich is much better than him. He exceeds in the defensive side of things, and maybe even when it comes to passing the ball and all that stuff. Because Kimmich is a better midfielder, right? But I think Kimmich is just a sensational player, and there's not much to even say about him. So I will put Kimmich in world class. Next up, we have Musiala. He got injured, unfortunately, as you guys know. The injury was devastating to watch. It was an ankle injury. I think I made a video literally a half time after the game. I was pissed. I was outside actually waiting on my food. I remember exactly where I was when that injury happened. I was in another city, right outside of a sushi spot, waiting for my food, watching the football on my phone, and I couldn't believe what I saw. Devastated. But Musiala, once again, world class in my eyes. I really believe he's a great player, one of the best players out there in the world. Me personally, I believe he's better than Bellingham. I believe he's better than most players out there that you can name. Name me a player and I'll most likely say he's better than him, except for maybe Dembele, Mbappe. I would say Lamine Yamal is maybe not better than Musiala. Musiala is still the better player. I think once Musiala completely heals and goes back to, being the way he was before the injury, one of the best players. We have Jonathan Tah. You see, this guy is a funny one. You see, me and him, we have history. I never really liked Jonathan Tah. I thought he was a bum. He was a scrub. A player I don't really like. A player I thought he was a scrub, bona fide scrub, you could say. And I didn't really think he was that great of a player, honestly. When he came, when we have been rumored to we have tried to acquire this guy for the past couple of years, half a decade now, and every single time I saw a tweet about Jonathan Tah, we're interested in him, I didn't really get it. I didn't like the guy. I think he's clunky. I think he's slow. I think he's he's not agile enough to play as a defender against very, very high-paced teams and play against players who play for Real Madrid and those big stars. I don't think he can hack it. That's what I really believed until this season. Now, would I say he's world class? No. Has he been performing great this season? Yes. I think he's on the cusp of being a world class player. If he continues this trajectory, he's a world class player. Next one we have is Konrad Laimer. He's our first doing his job. I mean, Me personally, I love Conor Lima. I think if you know me personally, you would know how much love I have for this guy. He can play in every single position and drop a 7. But there's a hindrance in his game. He has a certain cap he can reach. I don't think he can go above this cap. And ever since we got him from Leipzig, I saw it even while he was at Leipzig playing as a number 6. I always believe that Lima, there's a cap to him. He is very basic. He does exactly what he's supposed to do. He can't give you more, and he won't give you any less. He might drop some stinkers here and there, but most times, he will give you a good 7 out of 10. 6 out of 10 to 7 out of 10. And that's exactly what Lima does. He does his job. And that's exactly what I want for my players sometimes, if I'm telling the truth. Anyway, moving on to the next player. We have Kim Min-jae. By the way, how long have I been filming for? 11 minutes. Wow, this is a long video. I mean, I'm going into details for every player, so it makes sense. Next player is Kim Min-jae. For now, if there was a category I could make between doing his jobs and fries, I would have called it side-eye. And Kim Min-jae is in that territory called side-eye. I'm side-eyeing him. There's moments where he is bozo. There's moments I love him. There's days I love him more than Jonathan Tah. There's days I don't like him enough. And right now he's in that position where I'm not really a big fan of him. I loved him when he came. I was so excited when he came. I tweeted so much because I've been watching Napoli play. And when they won the league for the first time, I was watching them heavily. I was heavily invested in that team. And when I saw them lift the trophy, Kim Min-jae was one of their best players. And when we acquired him, you don't know the excitement I had. I was tearing up. I was glad. And he has been with us, had bozo moments, played with one foot. I love the guy. And I will say doing his job, because there's not a category I've made between doing his job and side-eye, or what is it called? Fries. So for now, I'll call him doing his job. But honestly, if there was a category between doing his job and fries, I would put him exactly there. But moving on, we have Luis Diaz. I don't think there's much to say about him. He's world class. He proved everyone wrong. He proved me wrong. He proved most of the Bayern Munich fans wrong. Proved the Liverpool fans wrong. He proved everyone wrong except for the Bayern board who acquired him and wanted him. And I'm surprised. I didn't think he was going to be that great of a player to have. I thought he was a great addition, but I didn't think he was he deserved to be the price he was. I didn't think he was a 70 million player. I thought getting Luis Diaz is great. We needed a left winger, and I was happy when we got him, but I just said, for 70 million, I don't know. But looking back at it and looking at the way the wingers that are around and how much different wingers are going for, 70 million might have been a bargain. The way he plays, sensational. He's arguably our third best player this season. He could even be second. Some might argue first. I will not say he's first. I would say third. I think there's 2 other players that are better, one of them being Harry Kane, and the next one will be coming up soon. But for now, I will say he is a world-class player, and I really love the guy. Next up is Leon Goretzka. You know, it's such an unfortunate thing. I have never loved Leon Goretzka, first and foremost. I thought Leon Goretzka was a player I enjoyed him when Hansi Flick was able to hide his flaws by, this tactical, heavy pressing, man-to-man kind of tactics he used to have. And that used to hide the flaws that Goretzka had, which was he can't really pass, he can't carry a ball, his IQ is not that great, his understanding for the game is quite reduced. There's so many flaws with him that we all saw, but but Hansi Flick was able to hide them. The minute Hansi Flick left and Nagelsmann started playing him in a double pivot all by himself, isolated, and Kimmich trying to carry the ball, I knew it was raps. You can go back to my tweets, man. There's no need for me to repeat myself. Go back to my tweets. I have documented most of the things I think of every single player that is over here. And Leon Goretzka, my opinion has not changed. I think, honestly, Leon Goretzka is somewhat doing an okay of a job right now as we speak, because company is trying to facilitate for him. He's trying to make the game be better for him. He's trying to put him in a better image by how do you even say this? By making sure, players accommodate for him, which is diabolical. As a player, you're not supposed to be accommodated for, man. But nonetheless, I digress. And yeah, that's the situation we are in currently. And he's gonna leave in the summer anyway, so there's no need for me to keep, throwing salt at the wind. Anyway, we have now. Is it Leonard Carl? Yeah, it's Leonard Carl. I think it's very hard because he's still a youngster. There's no need for me to, tell him he's one of the best players. I don't really think he's one of the best players around. I just think he's like doing his job honestly on the team. I don't think he's world class. He's one of the best youngsters around. And Leonard Carl, I honestly believe he's a doing his job, because as a youngster you don't expect more from him, but he's overperforming. But I wouldn't put him on a soon come world class player. I think if you give him a little bit more time, because right now he's in this little rough patch, I think he's just doing his job, honestly. And yeah, that's my honest opinion about Leonard Carl right now as we speak. Next up is Manuel Neuer. He was previously a world class player, but being the age he is, I think he's like 39, 40. He is having a lot of mistakes that we can all see. He's not the same Neuer that he used to be. Let's be honest. I honestly believe Manuel Neuer is doing his job for now. It's very unfortunate to see that, such a great Titan be who he is now today. But honestly, guys, I genuinely believe Manuel Neuer is just doing his job. And, in big games, he does what he needs to do, and that's all I need from him. Michael Olise, world class. There's not much to say. He's the second best player we have in the team, and that is if we are excluding Musiala from that list. I genuinely believe Michael Olise is one of the best players. He's my twin when I have my twist, so that also does add some bonus points, right? But honestly, I just think Michael Olise is one of the best players we have, and one of the best players in the world right now as we speak, and arguably the best right winger right now. There's hard to argue for anyone else. I mean, Ousmane Dembele, I wouldn't really say he's a right winger right now as we speak. Desiree Doué, no. Lamine Yamal, no. Saka, no. I mean, it's very hard to argue a case against him. What does he not do? He has excelled in every single metric that you can check. I think he's like top 25 assisters of all time for Bayern Munich already. Do you know how insane that is? Already. I mean, this guy is going places, and I'm happy to have him in my club, and I think he'll be here for a couple of years, and hopefully we win a lot of trophies during that time, and he becomes somewhat of a legend for the team. Moving on, Nicholas Jackson. There's not much to say about him. I think he's just doing his job. When he came to Chelsea, actually, I really liked him as a player from Villarreal. The way he played, I had a lot of stocks in him, and I liked him. But the way he kind of crashed out and his attitude, I wasn't a big fan. In fact, I hated it. But once again, I'm going to just let him be and say that it's an alright spell. He's not being bad. He's not being good. It's just alright. So I'm going to just let him do what he does. Next one is Rafael Guerreiro, fries. Have we even seen him on the pitch lately? No, I'm just kidding. But honestly, man, I think it's time to just wrap your laces and just leave. The door is that way, brother. I think his time at Bayern Munich is limited, man. It's over. It's over. Sasha Boy, he's not even in the club no more. So I would just put him on fries, or just not put him on the list. I'm going to just keep it stepping. Serge Gnabry. There was a period I really genuinely believed he was one of the best right wingers in the world, or left wingers, or whatever position he played. He could play both. He could be a right winger and a left winger. I thought he was the best winger, or one of the best wingers in the world. There was a period, and a lot of people believed it. When he used to do this, myth. That guy was a different player. Nowadays, he just does his job. He's on the side eye once again. If me personally, I could have that second category, guys, he is a prime example of side eye. He's a prime example of side eye because there's days he does well, there's days he doesn't do well. So I'ma just put him on doing his job. Next one is what was his name again? Ulrich. That was his name. Ulrich. I just can't see, guys, because I don't have my glasses on. But that's Ulrich. I think he does his job. He's a reserve goalkeeper, substitute goalkeeper, second goalkeeper. I mean, he has won every single accolade and just been chilling. He has honestly the best job in the world. If someone told me what is the dream job you can have, I think being a reserve goalkeeper or third choice goalkeeper is the goalkeeper you want to be. You get paid a lot of money. You live good. You're there for morale, support, you know what I'm saying, gassing up the people, making people feel good. You know, you're just a comedian in the club. That's what your mascot. That's what your job is. And honestly, man, of course he's played some games for us and he has been alright, but Ulrich, man, is one of the most mid players of all time. If we're actually going to look at his qualities as a goalkeeper, mid. But me personally, I love the guy. Great character. Great guy to have around. And that's exactly what his job is. So he's doing his job. Next player is Tom Biskov. You know, a lot of people will look at me weird now and say, why are you putting him there? Soon come. You know, if you guys looked at how he played last season, you guys know there's a talent in there. There's a player in him. And honestly, if company is able to, unlock this guy's talent, because right now he's being a little bit shaky, but if company is able to lock him and lock his, if he can lock his talent, wow, that's all I have to say. So I think he's soon come. He will soon come. That's what his thing is, because he will become a world class soon, and I'm ready to down that hill. And company is exactly in that boat. He's a soon come manager, because you don't know. He might become the next world-class manager, but I would not say he's a world-class manager yet. We are performing exceptionally right now as we speak, and even last season with the injuries and stuff that happened during March and February, which led to us just winning the league. I really believe there is something out there for us, and I think with company we might achieve these things. There is a possibility for sextuple here. There's a possibility for quintuple or a treble here, and company might just lead us to that. And I believe he's soon to become a world-class manager. Last one is Wisdom Mike. Once again, I think he's just too young to even give him any ratings right now. He doesn't have any gameplay or game time, so I'ma just let it be and just say, you know what, man, hopefully you do something. Next is Stanisic. He's in that side-eye category. You know what? We should have really made a side-eye category, because he is also another prime suspect of side-eyes. And Kim Min-jae is, now that I look at this list, Kim Min-jae really deserves to be in the doing his job, because Serge Gnabry and who is it? Stanisic are prime players of being side-eyes. They can have a great game, but they can also have very horrible games. And Stanisic is known for having some side-eye moments. And that guy is prime side-eye. There's not much to say about him except saying prime side-eye. You guys know it as well. Last one, Urbik. I really like Urbik, so I'm just going to say soon come, because I really believe there's a play in there. There's something quality in here. So I really believe, so I will say soon come. Do I really think he might become a world-class player? No. But he's just on the cusp of maybe becoming a world-class player. He might become a world-class player. But for now, if we're being completely honest, he's like doing his job. Because Manuel Neuer, at his big age, is still outperforming him. So there's an issue here. Manuel Neuer should not be outperforming you. So, Ulbik, there might be something there for you. He's still young. I think he's like 21. I genuinely believe he might become a world-class player, but for now, I'm going to just say he's doing his job, because once he comes on the pitch, he does his thing. Anyway, guys, this is the list. I think, honestly, we have made the most perfect, balanced list of all time. You guys let me know, though, what you guys think, and yeah, Comment down below who would be where in your guys' list. Maybe you guys disagree with some of my picks. I honestly think this is the perfect list of all time. But yeah, let me know your thoughts, and I'll see you a lot soon. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.